Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Baz, WELDERFABBER. Today is a Sunday and we have just moved out of our new old unit. So let's go and take a look at the new one. And here we are in the new unit with my little brother, should I say a bigger brother, Dan, DTM,
bigger belly.
DTM Fabrications. Alright.
Hey up, DTM Dog's here.
DTM Dog. This is Milo, and this is Millie, my little niece. You might have seen her before on previous videos. But
Taking you upstairs, Bob.
so here we got a 5.5 thousand square foot unit with a big height difference compared to the one that we just come out of. We've got all that racking at the back that can be fully shelved with pallets. And as you can see, we've started to move. All right. I've got all my tackle out of the workshop. Dan's just brought a few little bits of his from his workshop that we've moved today, which is a Sunday. And yeah, we're about to go at it full bore like I originally wanted to. Now then, that's Dan's little steel worker there. Is that a little 45, Dan?
Yeah, it's been a decent bit of kit. Might need to upgrade it now if we get busier, but yeah.
Well, we will need to upgrade it. And we're looking for a bandsaw. Somebody, we had actually agreed a price on a bandsaw and somebody let us down on it. So if there's anybody out there with a bandsaw, you never know.
Yeah, and some rollers, decent set of rollers.
Decent set of rollers. The unit did come with a big compressor. That's Dan's little compressor next to it there, but that's a little belting compressor, isn't it?
Oh, it's a cracker, yeah. 36 CFM, so you can see how big the other one is next to it, can't you?
Yeah.
Monster of a thing.
Yeah. So we've also got offices. We've got offices, we've got canteens, we've got toilet, we've got a heater, you know, and it's just everything that we wanted. Now then, there is a tale behind this. Do you want to tell us the tale, Dan?
Well, I can do, yeah. Good friend of Dad's. Well, Dad's apprentice, weren't he, Chris?
Yeah.
He used to run out of this unit and sadly passed away back in January. I didn't really want to see his business sort of go with him, so I wanted to try and buy it anyway. That didn't quite work out because one of the chaps that he worked with took on a lot of his customers, and his missus didn't really want to see his name carry on around on his wagons and stuff, which you can understand. So
this is Chris Doolan we're talking about, which was our father's apprentice.
Yeah.
Right? And everything within this mill where we are now, we used to play as kids, all of us, me, the director and Dan. Yeah. We used to fly around here on motocross bikes when we were kids, and cars, when we were like 9, 10 years old. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So
it's a bit different now.
Yeah, there's a big meaning to it. Do you know what I mean? When I stepped foot in this workshop with you a month or so back, weren't it?
Yeah.
It just felt right,
yeah.
You know. But when Dan said to me, he wants to continue Chris's business, basically, that then planted a seed within my head of us being together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And now we're together in his unit. Do you know what I mean? Which is even more special. It's even making me, you know what I mean? Standing hers up on my arm now, just thinking about it, how special it really is. Do you know, and what potential it's got for us in the future.
Oh yeah, it's going to be mega.
Yeah.
Such a big difference, obviously even from the unit you've just been in.
Yeah.
The size difference from yours to this, and then the size of mine as well. And
I mean, we was thinking about moving in
yard
that
space as well, aren't we?
Together in the one we just moved out of, right? But
won't we?
Do you know what I mean? It's a no-brainer, isn't it? And not only that, the other unit, which was my mate's Danny's, luckily was my mate's Danny's. You know, that I didn't sign a lease agreement or I'd have been tied into something, you know, but anyway, it is what it is. We're here now and we're going to go at it full bore. Monday morning, the 3rd of June, and it is 5:53. Just about to set off to Miller's. Van loaded. Fully loaded. We're right on the limit there with the weight. Just waiting for our Cal, will be here in a second. In our new shop, and I absolutely love it. And there is a workbench that you've not seen, but I have done a standalone video on that, just building that bench on its own. It will be coming out anytime soon. Made myself a little office last night up there. I am shattered because I picked my son up last night from the airport at just after 11 o'clock. So we only got home at like 1 AM. So I'm feeling a bit tired today. But yeah, let's get ourselves over to Miller's. Back at Miller's. So as we left it the other day, today we're going to put the rest of the bracing in, as it needs these plates underneath every box section as we run down there. And a handrail just on one side of it. So we've got the ramp into a position now where it needs lots of welding, and I've just got a new lad in here now called Tom Boyer, who has a company called 28 Fabricate. There's our little Pro Weld Cal. But Tom's running a Warrior out of his van, and he has a single phase Warrior. And I'll show you his set. He's running on gas. Just get geared up now. So it's got to the point where, like I said, it just needs welding, and that will now, I've got Tom in, it will free me up to go and do other things that I need to get on with starting a new company. And also the stairs and stringers are ready, that are going to go into position here where Callum is stood. So I'll go and pick them up now from Summit Engineering. We'll get them stairs in there, and then the handrail, and then the open mesh flooring on there. Oh, listen to that Warrior. Okay, so this is Tom Boyer, and your company is called 28 Fabricate.
That's right, yeah, that's right, yeah.
What do you specialise in?
Any general fabrication, welding.
Yeah? All over UK?
All over UK.
All over UK, so... He's coming here today to give us a lift, and tomorrow, yeah? Is that right for you, yeah?
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow.
And let's see what his welding's all about, because he's got his own Instagram page. We'll put a link in the description, and yeah, I'll show you his work later on in the day. All right, bud?
Yeah, so let's get going.
these are the stir treads that I've just been to collect from Summit Engineering. All nicely laser cut, as you can see, and bent. And these are our stringers. Now then, can you see how I've had them etched? So that will make it a lot easier for fabrication. And we've got some packer plates cut for underneath the base plates when we do come to install the ramp. So we've got a little bit of old school fabrication with the way we've drawn it out on the floor, and a little bit of new school fabrication with the laser machine. So I'm going to leave the boys welding here now, and I'm going to go and fit a fuel active system to a Lugong machine 20 tonner at Hurt plant. So we're going back to the old yard. You alright, Cal, for a bit, won't you? Yeah. Sound. Alright guys, so here I am back in the old yard at Hurt plant, and this is Matt from Fuel Active, and we're going to fit one of these today, a fuel active system to this new Lugong 922F. So as you can see, we're draining the fuel tank at the moment, and so whilst that's draining, let's just go and take a look at the demonstration model that Matt's brought with him, just to show you guys the actual process of how it works. Okay, Matt, do you want to explain to our viewers how this actually works?
Yeah, sure, Baz. So what you see here is a fuel tank. On the left-hand side, we have a standard fuel pickup. On the right-hand side, we have fuel active. We've got standard white diesel inside the tank. If I just pull this forwards, what you'll see here is some contamination at the bottom of the tank. So a typical amount of contamination, that's water, there's a bit of sediment there, and actually you can see the start of the growth of some diesel bug. What fuel active does, it primarily does two things. The float is designed to follow the level of fuel. So you're always selecting the cleanest fuel available in the tank. So typically your contaminants such as water are 15-20% heavier than diesel. They settle very quickly and reside at the bottom of the tank. But also what the fuel active does, it creates a unique flow dynamic. So rather than acting like a straw, which is what your standard fuel pickup does in your machine today, so it creates a low pressure, high velocity, so anything that resides at the bottom of the tank is going to get ingested, sent through to the fuel system, to the engine. What fuel active does, it diffuses the pressure, so it physically doesn't pick up the water or the sediment. If I run this up, you'll see that quite clearly. So what's happening here is the standard fuel pickup pipe on the left is picking up diesel plus water, and that's emulsifying here on the screen. But on the right hand side, the fuel active is avoiding the water.
That's very impressive.
It is. So you're going to, what you're seeing here is cleaner fuel being sent through to the fuel system, to the engine. What that ultimately means is you're preventing breakdowns, so protecting filters, fuel pumps, injectors from wear and failure. But most importantly, when you send cleaner fuel to the engine, you're providing a fuel economy benefit and reducing CO2 emissions as well. Common questions we get is fuel active still effective at low level and when fuel is sloshing around in the tank, so it's in an agitated state? So if I just shake this around now, you'll see the float moves up and down, so it continues to follow the level of fuel. But even at low level, like this tank is now, and with agitation, quite a severe amount of agitation in the tank, you see that we continue to avoid the contamination. It's that simple and that effective.
Wow. I mean, just think of all them problems we've had with injectors on these machines here over the years. That would pretty much cure it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, completely, yes. So with fuel active fitted, our customers see a complete eradication of fuel-related downtime.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know another company just not far from us who had 10 machines go down in 2 weeks from a bad batch of fuel coming in. So that is a biggie. Let's get it fitted to the machine, eh? Okay, so now the belly pan's off.
Okay then, so this is the type of unit going to fit, Baz. So this is what we call an internal bottom mount unit. And effectively what we're going to do is we're going to drop the plate here. We're going to mount the fuel active unit to the side here, and we're going to connect it up internally. So we're going to run a Tygon hose feed pipe from our unit. It will go onto the stack pipe here, so there's no additional alterations of the fuel lines. And the beauty of this type of unit is actually, an all fuel active units is once fitted, that's it, you leave it alone. So there's no maintenance required. There's no wear parts, there's no service parts.
All we have to do today is drill 3 holes.
All we've got to do is drill three
Drill
holes.
3 holes and connect 3 parts
Yeah,
up.
a man of your abilities, I think that's pretty straightforward.
No problem, no problem. Alright, so we've just drilled the holes off a template. 3 9mm holes to take 8mm bolts. We've deburred both sides and took a little bit of the paint off just to get a seal when we actually lift the unit into position.
Yeah. So what I've done now, I've already prepped the unit. So what we'll do, so that hose is already on.
Yeah.
We're just going to grease that gasket up. Rich, you want to chuck the grease, mate? I'll do it so you can keep clean. So all we're going to do now, Raz,
Well done.
you can put the lithium grease onto this gasket, both sides. There you go. Then we're ready to put the unit into position.
All right, so now that we've got it mounted in, it's nice and solid, as you can see there. Just put the camera in the hole director. All nice and solid. And then this little rubber hose here, I'm going to pull out now. And what we'll do, see how we just sent them little clips up there. We'll just give that a bit of heat with a heat gun before we mount it back on here. So now we've got the pipes on and secure. That'll go up there, back into position nicely. Bolt it back up. I'm not going to use the gun on these. I'll just use the ratchet. Just tie them up by hand, and then just nip them up.
You got your oh, you got it there, yeah. We tend to do everything by hand, to be honest.
Yeah.
So easy to thread. What we'll do, we'll fill it up now. We won't put the plate on just yet, we'll just check the details.
Yeah.
Very rarely get anybody.
You never know, you never know. So that's it all buttoned up now. That just took 1 hour to fit. So just think about the money that you could save if you have any issues with fuel problems with this. Now then, what would we expect to see from this
That's
in the
exactly,
future?
yeah, that's exactly right, Baz. So this machine now is protected from fuel related downtime for its entire life. But actually, more importantly, what our customers are seeing is fuel saving. So typically 3 to 5%.
3 to 5%?
3 to 5%, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And associated to that, of course, is the reduction in CO2 emissions as well.
Right, right. So it's a good system all around.
Yeah, so multiple benefits of having the system fitted.
Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to clock the hours on this now. We've got clocked the fleet number, 822. And we're going to come back to it in a few months' time, yeah?
Sounds good.
Is that good with you?
Yeah,
Right,
spot on.
Sound. Let's have a word with Al, eh? Whilst we're at yard. How are we doing, lad? All right, good to see you. If you're good. Huh? So this is Alex. Still got all my fingers on YouTube, haven't you?
Yeah.
How's the channel going?
All right, thank you.
Is
really
it?
good. Yeah, got some nice viewers who get in touch all the time. It's a nice regular thing.
He's just been on Channel 5, haven't you?
Yeah,
Trucking Heavy, is it?
Well, to tell you, my bit's not just on yet. The lads have been on.
Yeah.
But I'm on in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, I'll probably be on in a few weeks' time as well.
Yeah, you
won't
should
we?
be.
Oh,
Yeah. They've sort all that out. Yeah.
How have you been finding it since I've been gone?
I like you being around. I like having to ring you up about the crushers and the fucking machines, and I like watching the footage. And you used to know what was going on in the firm. You know, so yeah, it was a big shock when I heard you were leaving.
I know, but do you know, Al, you've got to do it before I get too old.
No,
do you know what
I completely agree with it. You know,
No.
it's a good adventure.
Yeah,
It's a good investment in yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right to have a do. Yeah.
I mean, as long as I won't end at phone to Foxy, you know, whenever he needs me, it's right. Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
I'm sure
So-
we'll see you as a contractor and stuff like
Oh,
that.
definitely.
As well, you know.
Are you doing a job now? You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
see you over here already.
Oh, yeah.
WELDERFABBER Road show's already turned up.
Anyway, good to see you again, bud.
See you, mate.
All right,
See you,
mate. Sound. Lunchtime. I'll just give you a little look there where we're up to. So Tom's doing a cracking job for us. 28 Fabricate on Instagram. Good lad. We'll be using you again, son. No doubt about it. So we've just got the handrail on now, me and Cal, and we've put the steps in. So because we got the stringers etched, it made it a lot faster to put them together, as it only took about half an hour to actually put them steps together. So we got 180 rise and 250 going. So we should get all the flooring cut tomorrow. And then we have just only tacked these stairs together, as we will take them back out. Or should I say detach it from here when we manoeuvre the full frame into position where it's going. So when I say 180 rise, I mean from there to there. So we've got another 25mm to go on there, which will make that 180 once the 25mm is on. And the flooring's going to go that way, so that'll be one panel there. One panel running that way, and these will be running that way. So there's more strength in it for when the trucks run up and down the ramp, as you'll see. There's all the panels. So we'll get the welders cracked back up and keep going. Now we're in a position where we need to start cutting the open mesh flooring to go in that walkway there and the one at that side, as we've got both sets of stairs in. So I'll pass the camera over to Callum in a minute, but we're just going to use a little Evolution shop saw here, hand saw. I've had this for about 15 years. Probably needs to get recertified. Anyway, we're going to try it out on this. Do a cut right along this line here. See if it still works after all these years. Right, that Tom. Right, Tom?
Yeah.
Lift it up a bit, Tom, so don't grab the blades running. Lift it up a bit, Tom. Now, as you can see, that's a 90-degree cut. Dead easy, no messing about with the 9-inch grinder. And all we need to do now is weld a flat bar on the end of that, and that can go straight up there. I think what we'll do, Cal, we'll have to cut it down that way first, about a couple of pieces. Phone going again. And then we'll stick it in. Nice snug fit. That all could be welded in solid, that. And that piece of tube at that end, I'll show you in a second. We'll go here. And that should stop the tyre from veering off, allowing anything to come into the centre. But if the tyre was to go over that, which I'm very doubtful that it would, that'd probably still hold it, the strength that's in them box sections. Now then, the flooring going the other way, coming up the ramp, all the panels will have to be cut down that way. Work from the centre out, keep that in the centre, measure outwards, do your cut, so all these stay in line all the way up to the top end. So that little Evolution saw that I've had for all them years, still going strong. I think Milwaukee do a battery one now. I might look at getting, but it's probably getting a little bit tired, that, to be fair. But yeah, it's coming together nicely now. A couple more days should see it done. And we're actually looking at fitting it this weekend. If Cal, are you available this weekend, Cal? Are you available at weekend?
Looks like it, yeah.
Looks like it. That's the answer. That's what I want to hear. Not a, no, I'm busy. Paneling that side also. I've got a little treat coming for Callum in the coming weeks. I think he's got an idea about, but I'll share with you all soon. Cal. Director's here. Yeah. Well, that must mean he's caught up on his editing if he's on site today. All right. Now then, what I didn't do yesterday was leave the camera, the time-lapsing cam on the boys. So, we lost a full day's footage. Or should I say I lost a full day's footage because I went to some meetings with DMJ and Bradley's. Now then, DMJ are the drainage company over in Lincolnshire. There's the phone again. Answer that, Cal. Could be a customer, so I can't ignore my calls anymore. Yeah? So, yeah, I had a meeting with DMJ and Bradley's print off. And we've decided to go down the route with the new track dumper body that we're going to fabricate with Bradley's. We're all going to do like a combined thing together and build something good. And hopefully, if it turns out all right and works and performs well for DMJ, then they'll order another 10. All right, so that's big work for Welderfabber, me and Cal. So we've missed a full day of filming on this, so I'll just fill you in where we're actually up to. Where the boys got finished yesterday. Callum finished cutting all the open mesh flooring to size. We've just put these in this morning, me and Cal. And we're just on with the guide. Now then, this here, we're just trying to work out the crank and where to position this tube. As the truck drives up here now, this is like to stop the truck veering off, if you will. And if the tyre was to touch this tube, then it would put the driver back on the right path, but it shouldn't really be going anywhere near that tube, you know what I mean? But, who was that, Cal, anyway?
That was Phil Weeks from Warrior Welders, that one.
Oh, Phil Weeks, Warrior Welders?
Yeah.
What do you want?
He wants to send you a plasma cut on demo. That's alright, run off the Shindauer set.
Right, so that's Phil Weeks.
Yeah, that was Phil Weeks.
Wants to send us a
Sabre plasma cutter.
Sabre plasma cutter.
Try on Shindauer for the demo.
Trial on the Shindauer.
Yeah, he wants to see how they run on the Shindauer.
Right. That's all right then. Might as well get one of them in. And this platform that the directory stood on, 2 more companies want me to make them, but much bigger. So this is 15 metres plus the 2.5 on the lift up ramps as you pull up to it. So that's 17.5 metres. So we're probably going to be looking, really, this should be around 25 metres long. Ideal scenario, because as the truck drives up, walk up, director. As the truck drives up and onto the platform, it really needs a stop about here for the tyre, right? So then you can get out the cab safely at that side, right? But because we've got such a short gap, we're not going to do that. We're going to allow the vehicle to come right up if needs be, and also be reversed right up and over. So we're not going to have a handrail up the front end here, so the truck could overhang if they want it to, or they could reverse the truck on and get out at that side. So yeah, it's coming together nicely. We've probably got about another day on it. So next week's chapter, you will see this finished, fitted. All right, we'll drive a truck on it. The painting side of it, Jack's sorting that out. I'm having nothing to do with the painting side of it. I'm a fabricator, not a painter. Yeah, but I can get stuff painted and I can get stuff galvanised if needed. But obviously, if we're to build this in sections in the workshop and all bolted together, it would be a lot more expensive. As in one big lump like this is on site. Now then, Tom was here for a couple of days, 28 Fabricate, giving us a lift with the welding, just to push things along whilst I wasn't here. And good lad, and we'll be using him again. So Cal, we need to work out that crank. Yeah? Right, so, we cranked it there. And what I want to do now, obviously there's just tyres coming up here. This is like where design and build is design and build on site, you know. So we're driving up. We don't want any sharp edges near any tyres. We don't want to be hitting anything as we're walking up the stairs, you see. There's a building here, so there's no handrail needed on this side. So as you're walking up this platform, really, that wants to be down here, but finished off. So the end of the tube is that height, basically. Yeah? In fact, we'll finish it on that stiffener. That'll give us a good guide, won't it? So we'll crank it there. And then we'll finish it here. Right? So then, if we wanted to, Cal, we could even flatten that end. But obviously I want it to look nice, do you know what I mean? So, but we'll just see how it looks when it's on. I don't think we'll need to, I think we'll just leave it, maybe cap it, you know. Other than that, it's just all welding up. We've got to do the same at the other side with the pipe. And then we've got to finish the flooring off at the other side. So yeah, it's still a good day yet, with all the welding in it. Alright, so what we might as well do with director whilst you're here is take our viewers over to where this is being positioned and why they are taking the old ramp out that's positioned in the position it's in at the moment. And the main reason is weight. It won't lift the weight that Jack wants it to lift. So I've just bumped into Dan the man number 2 here.
Number 2, mate. Number two.
Where's main man number 1?
Arthur.
Half
Half a day, mate. Semi-retired, that
Why is he called Arthur now?
Half a day, mate.
Is it?
That's all he does. Half a day here,
Jack
half a
only
day
doing
there.
half days?
Yeah, he's semi-retired.
Is he?
Yeah, 3/4, I think.
3/4?
Yeah. If you can find him, tell me where he is.
Yeah, I can't find him. Alright, what are you on with anyway?
Get this ready for MOT prep. A few other bits to do. Yeah, it's non-stop, mate.
Is it?
Non-stop.
You've been out on any recoveries this week or not?
All right, yesterday, day before. I went out to one last night.
What time?
Last night, Johnson Bridge, 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, some bloke decided we're going to put a 9-ton alley, like an aluminium billet block through his headboard of his trailer.
Never.
But well,
What did you set with? What did you set out with?
I up,
Yeah,
lift it back,
no problem.
made a right mess.
Hey, that is the other thing, lifting this ramp.
Oh, easy, mate. Jack's got a plan for it, don't panic.
Jack's got a plan for it, has he?
Yeah, he's got a plan. don't you panic, lads. We've got that
I've
well
just
under
built it.
control.
I know it weighs about 7
Just
ton.
make sure you're, what?
It weighs about 7 ton.
Sound. Make sure you're not here when we start putting that in.
I'll be here, boy.
Have we got any
Saturday.
cladding for that building?
Oh, why?
We must get some spare bits. We'll be putting some windows in it otherwise.
In case we give it a knock.
Yeah.
This will have to come down though.
That'll come down.
We'll have to take that down.
Jack will take that down.
Yeah.
Not a problem. I'll be down in about 5 minutes.
Alright, so we'll get back down to it. Alright.
On it. We're nearly done now.
Nearly done, son, yeah?
Nearly done.
Got about days left.
You boys don't mess about.
We don't mess about.
Why's he painting it down there up here?
It should be painted at yard really, but I think he's going to do it here. I think he's planning on doing it there.
Planning?
Yeah, I think so.
Planning? He's planning
That's
stuff.
up to Jack. That's up to Arthur. Alright, so see you in a bit.
Cheers, pal. Take it easy, boys.
So this is the controls for the ramp outside. Up, down. We're running off the pump in there. Come on, dude, you alright? And I'll show you the ramp in the air. It's an old girl, it's getting tired, and it's struggling to pick 20 ton up. So we want to be able to put over 30 ton onto our ramp. So this has actually been sold, this unit, for anyone that's going to ask, but we're going to reuse these. So the guys who bought it don't need these. So there we'll go right up to the front of our new ramp, which these will actually be out here. Some of you will already know this, but this is just for some viewers that might not have seen it. So this ramp is going to be about here, back there. And if you look at the angle of the floor, that could cause us a bit of an issue. As you drive into the yard, it comes downhill. As you're going up the ramp, it's going uphill. So you're like that, sure. So that is a little concern I've got. So if we do have a problem, when we try and put a low vehicle on it, we might just have to make another ramp or something or alter them, make them longer. That's what'll do it. We'll have to make new ones of them. But we'll only know when it's in position. So I think, Director, I think you'll have enough here, won't you? Just make it a short episode. Yeah? And next week's episode, you'll see this fitted. All right, guys? So please like, subscribe and share. Like I always say, it does help the algorithm. Does help build our channel also. and I'll catch you on the next one.